Hello everyone. In this short little video, what I'm going to do is just give you some tips on memorizing certain formulas in Precalculus and for some of you trigonometry. This is one of the main focuses, one of the main Pythagorean identities in particular that we learn in Precalculus, or as I said in some trigonometry classes. Sine squared plus cosine squared of theta equals 1. And there are two others that are derived from this, and you could try to go through and just memorize them just out straight. There's a simpler way. Starting from this base formula, I recommend to start from this formula, memorize this. To get the next one, let's just do some algebra. I'll start by dividing everything by sine squared of theta. And when I do, this is going to give me a 1. Cosine over sine gives me cotangent. And then 1 over sine gives me cosecant. And here's our second formula. So again, I'm just getting it from using algebra. Here's our second Pythagorean identity. One of the 2 or 3 that I always feel you should commit to memory. To get the second one, let me just write this initial one again. So the point of me making this is just to hopefully give you a shortcut for memorizing some of these problems. You know, I always encourage people to memorize as few things as possible and instead work so that you can reason out the rest of it, figure out the rest of it based on something you originally know. So going back to this, before divided by sine squared, I'm going to divide everything by cosine squared of theta. And if you're wondering, well, how do you know to do cosine, how do you know to do sine? Just based off what I'm originally given. I originally have a sine, I originally have a cosine, so I'm going to divide in one instance by a sine squared, in another instance by a cosine squared. So here, when I simplify this, sine over cosine gives me a tangent squared of theta. Cosine over cosine gives me 1, and 1 over cosine gives me secant squared of theta. And again, here are my main, let me see if I can highlight this better. Purple because I'm a Ravens fan. Here are the main, sorry if you're a Steelers fan, 3 main identities that I feel are important for trigonometry and, oops, sorry, I got that. Here we go. Trigonometry and precalculus. So again, it all begins with the original Pythagorean identity, sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. From that, just with division, I can figure out the remaining identities that I can use. Again, in this way, it saves you from having to memorize too much stuff, so you can commit those little spaces in your mind to memorize some other stuff. So hopefully this gives you another way of committing these formulas to memory.